Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
The passes are out. Get it while it's energized.
Confirmed. Ready to waste them. On your command.
Would not refuse medical support.
Electrical damage failing.
Help you?
Passes are deployed. Great energy if we can reach it.
Going out of sight. Give the order and I'll take care of it, Commander.
Reviving me is in everyone's best interest.
Knew you had my back. On your toes.
You'll try to limit further damage, Commander. Commander, throwing energy your way.
Wrong place.
Gun weapon ready, Commander.
Restoring the balance.
access somehow.
Hey, what's that sound? Why does the wall look so soft?
Oh, do I detect a whiff of reprioritin gas? You know, I suddenly feel a mite more pliable somehow. Surely nothing to question. I thought no one was due for peak abradement for hours. I should have your chart. Wait. Wait. Ha! You're not a protectorate subject at all. You have the telltale look of wonder and introspection.
Apparently, this one's never sampled its own supply before.
Well, this is normally where you'd say something. My, can't believe I'm falling for that, as it may be the most unconvincing display of fealty I've ever seen. Oh dear, I seem to be a little unstable at the moment. But never fear, I have intellect to spare. Don't believe me? I can prove it. Even in a state such as this, I am more than able to apply my argumentative skills against the inferior minds and bankrupt philosophies of our rivals. To what end are you here? Tell me truly, speak plainly. You know, I'm beginning to have an inkling about your purpose here, and whose employ you're under. A proposal. Adequately debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology, and I'll provide you what you're here for. I believe in the strength of our ideals. I'm quite certain I'll win you over. What's more, our colloquy promises to be vastly more diverting than my usual day-to-day blather. But if I'm wrong, what would Auntie's choice or the Order or, my word, you're not a scrapper? Well, none of them will know what to do with our advanced know-how. There's a good sport. Do try to keep up. So, what of the Order, our former allies, those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in ceaseless cogitation? What say you of them?
That's very kind of you, dear.
They're obsessed with tomorrow. Why even worry about the future anyway? The paradigm maps out our path, so we don't need to be concerned about what comes next. What say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists? Invariably, they choose the fool's choice. To heedlessly err, to wantonly destroy, to endlessly, heedlessly think only of themselves. What does this freedom grant them? Would they not be happier, healthier, if their betters made better decisions for them? Is it really so much to give up? In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. No, the others simply cannot compare. Not word for word, no. I do take certain liberties with the Sovereign's Handbook, a beacon to the cosmos, to inhabit the spirit of the work and give it a dramatic, scientific air. I understand you meant that as an insult, but I refuse to be baited by those either jealous or ignorant of our ways. As it is right now, repelling faulty logic and wrong-headed thinking with gusto. No, the refreshment process isn't about thwarting examination, but obviating fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's about making people happy. Well, admit I assumed this conversation would be more engaging. Did you have any final points you'd like to make? As a, last chance to distinguish yourself? Her opinion to me would be largely irrelevant. While I appreciate all she did, of course, there are those who are visionaries and those of us who enact vision, who make it real. All right, fair enough. In that little battle of wits, one of us proved severely outmatched, and I'm not sure you're completely aware of which of us I'm referring to. I am deeply disappointed by your lack of intellectual prowess, though ultimately I'm not wholly surprised. Suppose that leaves one last thing.
Investigating hostile intelligence.
A grenade? Away!
Vitals are in the red, Commander.
Access somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
all of
Wait. I was led to believe my case required minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive. Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting, per instructions. Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer! Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended. Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce! Release me at once!
Coming up on some fun. Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Don't hurt him, please. The Sovereign isn't at his best right now. You're not here to harm him, are you? If so, I must warn you, I will defend the Sovereign to the fullest extent of my meager abilities. Yes, it is. Our beneficent, infallible ruler, the Sovereign Henry Aloysius Varick, son of the first Sovereign, Reuben Varick. You'll have to forgive him right now. As I said, he is not his best today. We've been here since it was determined that the Sovereign, long distraught over the loss of his family, was in need of mental refreshment. Since then, he has been receiving dedicated treatment from head refresher Gould himself. Well, after his first session, the Sovereign was notably upset, launched into hysteric fits of paranoid ranting. Absurd nonsense about how the consul had betrayed him and seized power. For his own good, he had to be gently but firmly restrained. That all stopped after his next dip into the lathe, thank law. He's remained quite peaceful since. I'm certain he'll be back to his old self in no time. Not at all. Why should I? One who questions betrays. No subject of the Protectorate would ever harm, or knowingly allow harm to befall our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign, or consider such a thing. To even think such a thought is unthinkable. This stately form before you is the direct descendant of the matriarch herself. All we have, all any of us have, stems directly from the works of his family line. I will stay true to him and the Protectorate to the end. We all will. The Sovereign is receiving the finest possible care, as he has every day of his life. Treatment outside the Protectorate is barbaric by comparison. Our system is perfect. Just leave us be.
Don't become a statistic, Commander. Would not refuse medical support.
How are you still upright over there? Give the order. Don't mind me.
Medicament dispenser has concluded for today. Please proceed to...
the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important. The mental refreshment.
Ready to wait. On your command.
Capacitor out. Get it while it's energized. Reviving me is strategically optimal.
Look at a few corpse low, Commander.
You are the raw material for...
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Indicator is charged. Capacitor out. Get it while it's energized.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
We've suffered extensive damage.
Restoring the balance.
to attack. Medic, please.
Better if I go and see. How are you? Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
Thank you. Investigating hostile intentions. Tactical unit away. Recharge.
at your command. Going out of sight.
Reviving me is in everyone's best interests. Mobilizing.
You know, I reckon half the corpse on this little chompy. I hope he's getting enough to eat.
Yeah.
Interested in work, or was the allure of helping to advance science and being paid for it too much to resist? I'll get right to it then. I need someone to bring me a Gorvid egg. Stars! I'm glad to have found someone who knows not to waste time jawing when scientific advancement is at stake. Some people just don't know the importance of biological research. I sent my assistant off to the north with a tracking device, hoping he'd lay hands on a Gorvid egg. I desperately need that egg for my research. Could you bring me one? Oh, and bring back my assistant, too, if you find him with all his pieces still stuck together. He ain't much good for assisting in research if he's all torn up. Sound reasonable? Have you made any progress yet? I can barely contain my excitement.
Not a lot of unfamiliar visages this side of Praetor. Our surplus is available for purchase if you're in need of something. More than happy to oblige.
I reckon those raps are just for show.
Looks like we're about to have company of the unwanted kind. You've 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some swill at you. 4. 'Yeah, it will. 3. 2. Last chance.
I do my job, and you do whatever it is you do.
Done weapon ready, Commander.
Corporate drones aspire to nothing. So many died defending this poisonous slurry of commonplace molecular chain
You know,
compounds.
don't trespass.
Biocritical. Don't summon the
Have you seen a tin of Borst rockets? Thought I heard something down there.
Maybe it's your tin of force rockets.
Protector site. Really going downhill under the floors.
What was that?
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just stay with.
If you can reach it.
The insides are leaking outside, Commander.
Thought I heard something down there.
Maybe it's your tin of force rockets.
This factory used to be a protectorate site. It's really going downhill under the new owners. Ready to wait. On your command. Going out of sight.
unfriendly nearby.
Lights flashing before my eyes, Commander! Revive me! Let me know when you need a stretch.
You suffered extensive. Reviving me is strategically optimal.
Going out of stuff. Amanda, watch your vitals. On your command.
Reviving me is strategic.
Don't mind me. Amanda, watch your vitals.
Thank you, dear. Vitals are in the red, Commander. Thank you, dear.
When I first got assigned to your team, I was beside myself with excitement. Since then, you've really proven yourself every bit of the legend I hoped you would be. I've come to respect you, Commander. Not just as a leader, but as a, well, as a friend, too. Sometimes I think about what would have happened if DeVries never brought down that satellite. If I hadn't found you in time. Guess that's one thing we have to thank the Protectorate for. Their escape pods are built to last. I'm glad to hear it. Would have had some real grease on my face if you didn't. It was just me and Val for so long. I kind of forgot what it was like having someone else I could rely on. It's been real nice having you at my side. Not to get too maudlin, but I'm used to losing the people who mean the most to me. I just want you to know I'm not going to let that happen this time. You got it.
Do try to limit further damage, Commander.
keep your behavior within acceptable parameters.
Our intrepid Pathfinder returns. Do you have the recalibration news? I've been breathless. Sadly, there's little more I can share. We're simple. Nevertheless...
This is Auntie Cleo, offering a warm welcome to all visiting Auntie's Choice employees, affiliates in training, and ethically grey consultants who labor with committing to a side.
Where'd you learn how to weld, anyway? Some fly-by-night indentured internship?
And vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals. With Auntie's Choice.
You're wanted for crimes against Auntie's Choice. Make ready your bits, or make peace with the architect. I'm listening. Funny you should say that. I've been entertaining a theory this was a mere misunderstanding and you were a trustworthy sort. Pleases me to see I had the right of it. Pleasure doing business with you. Watch yourself in the future.
Next, we have Reginald Oswald getting proprietary insight devoted to playing confidential logs in a paid public toilet. Not what I mean when I encourage working on the go. Perhaps a strategic step backward to document index manager will refresh your info security fundamentals, Reggie.
You came here because I heard Auntie's Choice was contracting. Then I heard about the job. Not the same.
Please have identification, transfer work, and a reasonable bribe at the ready. Ah, you're not a transfer or visiting Auntie's Choice employee. I'll need to check your current standing with corporate affairs. Well, you're in luck. Auntie's Choice is hiring outside contractors, and an Earth Directorate agent should fit the bill nicely. Well, still need to check your record, I'm afraid. Alrighty. Commencing review. Estimated wait time, unknown. Really? Reads like a recap of an Aetherwave drama. You're the questionable sort who we do business with, but you're definitely not our best friend. You should probably consider accepting our special offer. All it requires is allowing us to affix an Auntie's Choice hollow advertorial inside your ship, so you can bear our messaging with pride and share it across Arcadia. shrewd negotiator. You'll fit right in. If it'll help seal the deal, I can throw in a few bits. Fine, go on in. We're used to questionable characters like you being somewhat difficult. Enjoy your time on the ACS Undisputed Claim, the pride of Auntie's Choice corporate war fleet. Here's a ticket to the first stop on the Profit Mover Trimicular. From there, make your way through the Esplanade to the head office tower reception desk for details on our exciting contract opportunity.
These wraps are due for eating. Where are the... Hey, you haven't seen any loose raptidons running around, have you? Unbelievable. Last time I got stuck with the blame for someone else's ineptitude, I got demoted 2 full ranks. You wouldn't happen to be someone well-versed in weapons, explosives, and/or advanced hand-to-hand fighting, would you? And, you know, work cheap? Oh, good. Someone competent and undemanding. If the Raps aren't here, they've got to be on the creature combat conditioning deck, unbound and undoubtedly pugnacious. This here card will give you access to the elevator at market compliance. That, in turn, is behind the value-added Esplanade next to the entrance to head office tower. See any Raps loose there? Shoot, explode, or thwack them unsparingly.
I've exterminated my share of dim-witted life forms in my career, but the task before us doesn't sound very sporting.
Do I look approachable?
Trimicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Client intake.
Anti-Fizzles Num Rum. Take more and heal less with Num Rum.
Your Auntie Cleo reached the top of the corporate ladder doesn't mean she can't win.
Toss ball, a game of inches and... Played with an excess of necessary... The ACS Undisputed Claim is not only our corporate headquarters and flagship, it's the heart of our efforts to spread unbridled self-betterment and free trade across the galaxy. Our flagship also sports a bustling commercial promenade where you'll find a wide assortment of products, wares, and miscellaneous bric-a-brac from all Auntie's Choice departments.
I'm sure this is impressive to someone, but not me.
Oh, hey, think you dropped something? Purple berry products, Sam!
Samples from our nutritious tobacco line.
Esteemed and valuable disposable agent program. As an Ida, you will live the life of an evocative allegory and thrill-seeking adventurist, and help bring Auntie Cleo's astonishing new conglomerate, Auntie's Choice, to Arcadia. Auntie's Choice delivers
Whatever size weaponry you need to make all your problems
You
past
need a
tense.
good set of armor before someone succeeds in ventilating you.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal. What if I go and see?
Commander, throwing energy your way.
Get me in! Help me out!
Tell the difference between cover and concealment?
Who do you think's getting this big promotion?
My bits are on order.
Trimicula. Arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Head office tower.
Anti-Cleos was specifically founded to fight nature excellence, to offer higher quality pharmaceuticals designed to be better than nature, because nature wants to kill you. Since then, our company has grown, evolved, consumed the thirst of many rivals.
Well, welcome, future repeat customer. I can tell just by looking at you that you'll be back again and again. Ready to make a purchase? I've got armor in all shapes and sizes and for all occasions. Though I'm guessing you get shot at more than occasionally. I know. Folks been shooting. All right. But we'd probably save a whole lot. can't tell the difference between... between cover and concealment, then you need a good set of armor before someone succeeds.
Strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial.
Experience the most sought-after inebriants on the
Conspicuous consumption. Tramicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Value-added esplanade. Item, business. We have positive bit flow. You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice. Auntie's choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? An ale that good for what ails you. You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice.
Them wraps all taken care of yet? All good news to me, friend. Anything happens down there is not my responsibility. I have ceased all manner of worry and fret. Here's the unagreed upon amount that constitutes your fee.
You have questions? We have answers. Anything you need to know about this fine location for a minimal price. Well, farewells are free.
Why choose just any choice when you can choose Auntie's choice? Annie Fizzle's citrus-related beverage. Auntie's choice pills. Good for what? The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's Choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person. Ride with us at Tau Ceti, but did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsored series against the Spacer's Chosen.
I'm Tyler, 6th base person for the Auntie Cleo's darlings. I cleaved Spacer's Chosen's goalie at the end of the 56th inning, then made a Sunday goal to win the game.
Oh, hey, think you dropped something?
The recipe of our exclusive cocktail is our most closely guarded secret. Our competitors would kill to find out. Can you?
Why do I feel like we're about to meet some of the most meddlesome people around?
I see you decided to accept my invitation. Good. I do hate having to follow up. Ordinarily, reception here would detain you in a whole song and dance, but you're no common contractor. You're my honored guest, and as such, I've informed them there's no need. I wanted to formalize my gratitude for your assistance on Greater Tranquility Station. What a shame our negotiations were so violently digressed. I felt we were making real progress, notwithstanding a subsection or two. In fact, that is what I summoned you here to discuss. Some messages have indeed been sent hither and thither through back channels. Alden remains convinced an agreement can be reached, and I concur. Mayhaps we're both overly optimistic, but if there's even the remotest chance of bringing the Order and Auntie's Choice together, the profit from doing so far outweighs the risk. While making our expeditious retreat from the station, Alden and I encountered a dying man, one of the Order radicals in league with our would-be assassin DeVries. He confessed DeVries' entire plan and that he thought you must have stopped her. Thanks for that, by the way. 2 dead delegates really would have impeded negotiations. But seeing as we both remain breathing, we can continue advocating for a merger. Auntie's Choice and the Order together would be an entity far surpassing its individual parts. To begin, you'll need to gain favor with both the Order and Auntie's Choice. I expect the Order will want you to, I don't know, clap some chalkboard erasers together or something. Do whatever you must to earn an audience with our respective leaders and convince each to agree to meet and continue the negotiations. You're confident, of fine quality, at certain occupational tiers. But mind that you're not overconfident. Auntie hates grandstanding. Obviously, you will need help to smooth over any points of contention during the negotiation, which will require some verbal finesse, but worry about that step upon reaching it. Capital! As I mentioned before, you'll first need to earn an audience with the presiding bishop and our very own chief executive before this plan can go ahead. When it comes to the Order, approach their laureates. They seem to run things. On our side, work with the VPs, improve their opinion of you, and gain their trust. Oh, and you might see about improving your oratory skills in the meantime. Persuasive rhetoric will certainly be valuable during the upcoming negotiations. Certainly. If price matters, there's the bottom runger. Dingy little watering hole on the Esplanade. Not glamorous, but you won't contract anything fatal from the drinks there. Probably. But for a person of means and taste, the best choice is undeniably the finest gin mill on board. They tried to name a drink after me once, you know, but I refused. Too gauche. You'll find the best choice in the upper portion of the promenade.
Attention, morally gray outsider. The adventure of your lifetime awaits. Auntie's Choice is
In proprietary insight acquisition, demoted for playing confidential logs in a paid public toilet.
It's the burning sensation on everyone's tongue and upper GI.
Index manager.
The bottom runner.
In product development. Release when you told colleagues over drinks in the morning runner that I was short on ideas. Then you agonized for the answer that your comment might get back.
Oh, hey,
think you dropped something?
Experience the most sought-after inebriant on the undisputed claim. The Raptor Fire. Exclusively here at the Bottom Runner.
Trinicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Head out the tunnel.
Take whatever business you're running elsewhere.
You look unfortified.
You seem like a
enough
go-getter.
emulsifiers
Let's
in your
consume
diet?
lunch sometime. Hello, daring self-determinivist, stalwart seeker of self-betterment, or rapacious rogue of corporatism. Welcome to Auntie's Choice Esteemed Invaluable Disposable Agent Program. As in IDA, your assignments will be some of the most decisive and admirable tasks that Auntie's Choice has to offer. IDAs help explore the wilds, plot our path, and shape the evolution of our beloved corporation. And with enough rugged determinism, you might even live to see the results. Please don't interrupt or I'll lose my place. So, daring rapscallion, you are making a choice to grab destiny and make it your own. A choice to be Auntie's Choice. Now, if you'll just exit through to your left, 2 of our top 29 vice presidents are waiting to speak with you. And remember, Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack offers our finest pre-sliced bread and dehydrated water tablets in one convenient package for an additional price.
Wonderful to meet you. C.F. Pendergrass III, Strategic Reconfiguration. It's not every day we have such a capable operative accept our invitation to the undisputed claim. While it was those ill-fated peace talks that got you here, I've kept tabs on you for a good long time.
Yes, we've all kept tabs. Auntie and I have spoken about you several times now. Ursula Ormsby, Proprietary Insight Acquisition. You'll report to both of us. For now.
Indeed. It is our pleasure to meet you, and I am beyond tickled to welcome you to Auntie's Choice. Yet they are indubitably one and the same. By coming into my employ and helping to secure Auntie's interests, you are directly manifesting a stable future for this colony.
At Auntie's Choice, we make things happen. If you want to move something along swiftly, you come to us. If you want to endlessly dither about numbers, talk to the Order.
You, my friend, are being given the opportunity of a lifetime. Auntie's Choice has a dynamic new vision, and we need a specific kind of go-getter to make it happen. The kind that changes everything. The kind that turns our universal brand into the brand of the universe. Well, that much was obvious from the uniformity of your equipment. Our vision certainly rewards brand loyalty.
You don't have clearance to read the fine print, but it promises action, adventure, and paydays undreamt of.
And the chance for near limitless advancement.
It most certainly will. And the pay is the least of the benefits this opportunity affords.
Wonderful! This is the kind of wily adventure and self-determinism you will absolutely not regret. Your first assignment demonstrates some of the very qualities we need. Something unexpected, or in truth, unprecedented, has happened at one of our repackaging facilities on Praetor.
If I understand correctly, they're having, something of a workforce issue. Don't know rightly what you call it. Workers are, well, asking for things. It's strange. They've stopped working. The workers there simply stopped.
They expressed, and I know this is going to sound more than a bit strange, dissatisfaction. And they said they won't return to work unless things at the plant improve.
Specifically, they stated, until we meet their demands. As though employees have a right to demand anything of their employers.
Marvelous! Knew you could. Though do use caution. We don't know what sort of virus or brainwashing might have infected their minds. Wonderful! You'll go to Praetor, meet the plant's overseer, and mediate an end to this lunacy, which gets those ingrates back to work.
I have zero doubt Auntie and I will be completely impressed by your efforts. Unless you disappoint, in which case I will disavow that statement.
You can't imagine, but that makes us sell you recipes for. We are also the only retailers for parasite-free purple berries.
Well, hello again. I hadn't expected to see you so soon, without the job done. What can I do for you?
Because they've definitely come back just to see you.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell.
Process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be...
It's the burning sensation on everyone's tongue and
to take part in...
Tramicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Value-added Esplanade.
You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's choice. Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's Choice? Too much spacers pill? Try Auntie's Choice. Pills, good for what ails you.
Anti-Fizzo's Spectrum Vodka.
You want freedom of choice. You want Auntie's Choice. Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away. Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's Choice?
right, folks. Keep the chanting going. Welcome, fellow disgruntled worker. Can't say I recognize you. You come from a different plant to support our cause? We're causing trouble. We just found out that we're basically slave labor. And now we're learning to stand up for ourselves. We need the proletariat to yield to, worker subjugation by xenophobic proxy? No, that ain't right. But it's something that sounds super fancy when Will explains it. Honestly, we just want to eat, sleep, and relieve ourselves on a reasonable schedule. But the damn overseer, I think she's getting rich off of breaking our backs. Do your worst, knobstick! We're not afraid of you! Actually, no, that's not true. I'm terrified, but that's still not enough to get me back to work until some things change. That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the overseer.
Workers are too rowdy. Door stays shut for now.
Hey, retreat time! No more bottles on factory floors! Time for online bathroom!
Less like an overt labor negotiation, and more like a covert assassination operation. Of course, I'm fine with either, dear.
Heads up! Make some space! We've got a sanctioned non-employee professional caller coming out!
It's been on for a week! Can't believe... Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center, where we create tomorrow's brands today. I assume you are the disruption ameliorator from home office? It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule and is making me look quite the fool. Some ne'er-do-wells, have incited our workers to halt all work. They've taken to making demands and carrying on about basic dignity and human rights. It should go without saying that such flights of fantasy have no place inside Auntie's Choice, and if we were still in Tau Ceti, they would face grave consequences. Nevertheless, here we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work, and remind them that they're damn lucky to have Auntie's Choice to dedicate their lives to. You're asking me? That clearly is your domain. Running this invaluable facility on Auntie's behalf is mine. As a managerial administrativist, and when I say I, it is critical that you understand that as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear? Well, there's no call for rudeness. It's unnecessary, unprofessional, and distracts us from the important business that I have the direct authority to dispatch you upon. This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's Choice trademarks and slogans. It is critical to keeping revitalized products on the shelf for consumers hungry for something new. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery schedule. Or in short, they need to get back to work. My workers are striking people now? How very alarming. We must resolve this before things get even further out of hand. They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, Dummy? No, that's not right. Dunce? Dumber. Dumbly? Dunbar. It's Dunbar. If I'm honest, my gaze is purely focused up the ladder, not down it. I am a very important upper, middle, lower manager, and the way I advance that status scantily involves learning the names and faces of my peons. Their value is in providing their minuscule contribution to this mighty and prestigious corporation. And by providing their maximal effort, they allow me to ascend, vacating this position so that one of their undistinguished masses can fill it, thereby becoming distinguished. I believe he has demands, but I can't be bothered to remember what they were. They alter the generous terms Auntie offers, and so are egregious and should be rejected. You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand the situation so everyone can get back to work. That clear? Best of luck to you. Remember that your actions don't just reflect on you, you are also representing me, which is to say, you are also representing Auntie. Do us proud.
Ain't this a sight?
We don't want
Lost consciousness and action.
but no more being in bottles and cans! Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left to my business. Settle my complaints? How exactly you planning that? Auntie's got to prioritize worker prosperity over productivity. What we've got now is poor labor retention techniques. What's going on is, remind me again?
An inhospitable occupational environment that ignores worker safety and health concerns.
Right, that. Right, exactly. The conditions under which Auntie extracts our labor is, unacceptable. They're egregious, even.
They work 20-hour shifts, which require stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper on the undisputed claim than it is here. And if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, they're also barred from using the restroom throughout the business day. Their 20-hour business day. It is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duties.
It has been incredibly difficult. And very, very messy. And finally, we realized we'd had enough. Our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual living done. Second, if we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're gnawing nickel pads. Having to pay for the pleasure's too far. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, most folk ain't, if you get my meaning. Thank you for your trying. I don't know if we'll get it all, but every bit you add makes some part of our lives a whole lot easier.
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the overseer up in our office. And we're definitely making progress.
Welcome back, Ameliorator. Did you make contact with workers? Do they understand that this stoppage is madness? Are they ready to return? So, what are these ingrate alley sprats willing to settle for? Golden privies and gilded sheets to be spoon-fed crunch whenever their tummies rumble? 8-hour workdays? Hour? Are they mad? What are they gonna do with the other half of the day? Lounge around the facility consuming air and water and power without compensating the company? I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud. I suppose that's true. It wouldn't take much to put enough pep in their proverbial step to make up for 2 lost hours. Their overall productivity might even improve. That would translate into more profit for the plant, which means larger bonuses for me, which should be more than enough to make up for the drop in hourly production. All right, you've convinced me. What else do they want? Free? Free? Nothing inside of Auntie's Choice is free. Law, nothing in life is free. Everything has a cost. Everything. Materials, labor, time, distribution, forced scarcity. Giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system completely breaking down and plunging us all into anarchy. My, but aren't you a devious one? That's a strategy darker than my mind would naturally explore, which is, I must shamefully admit, to my detriment. Well played. Is there more they ask? They want to relieve themselves on company time? I've never heard something so preposterous. Can you imagine how many bits that loss of productivity will cost us? What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? What if they retreat to indulge their baser urges? Auntie would be paying for all manner of unprofitable shenanigans. Somewhere? Oh, that actually explains the odor in storage room 3. I never imagined they might be... I'll get the door unlocked immediately, and cleaning crews dispatched. What more do they want? Very good. Ha! I was going to say very good, but that would be downright farcical. There is nothing good about this situation. Please, just resolve it as quickly as possible.
You can't charge us for stimulates!
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations? That's as fine a place to start as any. What did that tyrant have to say for herself? She willing to see reason? Well, I can't begin to tell you what a relief that is. By which I mean, that's great news. It'll be such a load off. A most promising development. How go the other hurdles of the negotiation? She willing to see reason? Free? Really? Why, I'd surely have lost that bet. I figured we'd ask for free and settle for wholesale. You're a miracle worker. What's next? Excellent. What progress have you made? Well, that certainly is disappointing. But I suppose we'll manage. An extra 2 hours off a day will make life a little easier, at least. Well, you have done exceptionally well by us, my new friend. With these new conditions, we'll return to work with vigor rather than dread. Thank you.
Damn! I really felt like I was close to signing all of you, and I needed that recruitment bonus. I don't know how I'm going to afford my hair cream now, but I'll get him next time. And he won't always have you working her ankles for her. And her usual agents don't stand a chance against me.
Next time? Against you? What in law's name are you saying? Sometimes you talk so odd it don't sound like you're Auntie's choice at all. It don't matter. All that matters is my working conditions have just improved mightily. Thanks to you, stranger. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're gonna get back to work.
Going back to work under Auntie's choice ain't exactly my idea of success, but at least I'll have better terms to labor under now.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish it had gone more smoothly, but I understand you did what you must. I have already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an extra sprinkling of mild praise directly with Auntie. She will, no doubt, be excited to learn of my approval. You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you have done an adequate job. Under my keen supervision, of course.
Enhanced existence through
The story of Anti-Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Anti-Cleo take Spacer's choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Anti-Cleo's darlings refused to do what things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer Tyler, 6th base person for the Anti-Cleo's Darlings. Oh, hey, think you dropped something? 56 innings.
The recipe of our exclusive cocktail is our most closely guarded secret. Our competitors would kill to find out. Can you discern its ingredients?
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little manty-wasp. Well, out with it.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talents would yield a result a mite more in our favor, but good work overall.
Well, I suppose I can't argue with the truth of that.
Anything else you'd like to report? Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered, and it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art.
Yes, suppose we should move on. Ursula, will you do the honors?
I'm the head of our proprietary insight acquisition division. Stealing our rivals' trade secrets? That's our bread and butter. We can sometimes lack a certain subtlety, though. The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of mind manipulation business. There's a facility for it on Praetor. And he wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says it's important. Fine. Auntie and I agree it presents possibilities. Oh, do tell. I hope you gathered supplemental materials and recruited the scientist as well. Well, got what we needed. Sometimes a body count can't be helped.
Better in the ground than in our enemy's employ. Nice work, my ameliorator.
Now, I assume you won't mind we have a few questions about the process. Our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology. That will all no doubt prove useful, but we're most interested in the technology and its results. Can't say I like the sound of that. Seems like they'd be difficult to market to.
How truly unfortunate. Those without desire or drive make terrible customers. They can barely even be considered consumers at all.
What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional details? Anything especially marketable? But still, they keep on marketing it as virtually foolproof, don't they? So much for their vaunted moral high ground, and so much for us exploiting that piece of technology. That's certainly interesting. Intriguing, even. What else? Oh, good to know, good to know. Excellent. Well, here's your reward. along with something extra for your effort. Too bad about the lead scientist. Converting him would have earned you an above-average payout. All right, for your next assignment, well, it's something of an organizational priority.
Congratulations! Your storied success has earned you a whole entire minute with our illustrious leader, Auntie Cleo!
So your preliminary chores are complete? Oh, finally a contractor with a little backbone. Normally they flee or expire, leaving the work woefully incomplete. Ah, I remember you from before. Fairfield, yes? Terrible business. Never did discover who was to blame. Tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization? Ah, I see we have an ideological fellow traveler. Why, this is a nice surprise. Do hope you'll forgive these two. They're competing for a rather significant promotion, you see. It tends to make employees fractious, like young ursopods cooped up in the den. So, you've been advancing a fairly radical idea with a group that, to date, we've considered our rivals. Certain communications have even been exchanged between our ship and the Order's headquarters. You've spoken to the delegates, yes? A cessation of hostilities could present any number of potentially profitable options, assuming we could work out favorable terms. Oh, my security team would never allow it, but a call like this over a secure line should be an acceptable alternative. Of course, Ruth would also need to agree. Perhaps if you were to perform a few useful errands for the Order, you might earn a meeting with her to propose the same. Have Ruth reach out when she's ready to talk, and I'll set up a call on a secure line next door.